There we go. Okay, so we're recording the session for future use as well. So thank you everybody for being here. My name is Ruben Mercado. I'm with the Engineering Student Success Center. Thank you for joining our info session for the certificate program. And today we're going to have Gus Allo and Yufi Huang are going to share a little bit about that and answer any questions that people have. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to them. Again, thank you all so much for being here.
Guess I'll get started then. So I'm going to talk to y'all about a certificate that's available in Epics. So what I'm going to do is talk to you first about Epics in general, and then more specifically about the certificate opportunity that's available. So let's see. All right, so let me know if y'all can't see the PowerPoint slides. So Epics stands for Engineering Projects and Community Service. It's a program that was started in Purdue in 1995, and it has since expanded worldwide. The unique aspect of Epics, well, it's got several, but one of the biggest aspects is that it decouples design from that traditional senior design experience in the last 2 semesters before you graduate. And instead, it provides you opportunities to get involved in the design process as a freshman all the way through a senior. And it's focused on the community. So all of the engineering projects are all intended to impact a local community in a positive way. So one of the big things, it introduces a concept of human-centered design where the focus is on the end users and, again, having a positive impact on the community versus typically being, market-driven. It provides you an opportunity to apply the design skills as you're learning them, as you work your way through whichever engineering program you're involved in. And so you get to be involved all along the way, from the initial communication and identifying of the problem and the needs of a community partner, to conceptualizing potential solutions, being a part of the design process and actually designing the solution, the build process of manufacturing, creating, building the solution, and then deploying it. So you actually get to see the actual impact of the device once it's completed and deployed, and given, delivered to the client. And then we follow up with our community partner to find out if the project is working properly, if it needs to be redesigned, if they need, some things aren't working quite right. We can get in there and put together a team and do some additional design work. So the idea is to have nice long-term relationships with these community partners. And so you have an opportunity to, if you want to get involved in Epics, you can join Epics, as a freshman, a sophomore, a junior, a senior. You can get involved as a freshman and then not again until you're a senior. You can bounce back and forth between different projects and different semesters that you get involved, or you can stick with one particular community partner or work on one particular project. So you have a lot of flexibility as well. Epics here at UTSA, it started as a pilot program in the spring of 2019. We started with 2 projects with the museum. Both of those projects have been delivered to the museum. One is actively on the floor right now, beyond the eye. So it's actually an active exhibit at the museum in the Spy Academy. And the other exhibit, Tuned In, we are doing some additional work to it this semester. We're basically duplicating the entire exhibit on the back side of the exhibit. So twice as many kids can interact with the exhibit than initially intended. So that should be finished up by late April, and then the deployment's planned for this summer. In fall 2019, we expanded, so we also brought in the Salvation Army and San Antonio Sports, so we have projects with them. And then we have further expanded to include Quality of Life Plus, which is QL Plus, which is focused on disabled vets and meeting their needs that commercial off-the-shelf solutions don't adequately meet their needs. So we're working on unique design solutions for individual veterans. And then the UTSA Makerspace, so that's the new makerspace that opened up in our new building. The whole entire ground floor. There's design teams working on access control, inventory control, training, tracking training, and things like that. What we require to get involved in Epics, we only offer for regular Epics 2 and 1 hour opportunities for credit hours. So if you want to get a total of 3 credit hours, then you would need to commit 2 semesters. And so what we want is involvement spring, fall, or fall, spring for a total of 3 hours credit. Now, because there's not a lot of overlap with Epics, with a lot of other programs, so with a lot of the other certificates, there's a lot of common courses that you would be taking that could be counted towards the certificate, and it might require you to maybe take 1 or 2 hours. The Epics classes themselves typically aren't part of those traditional course sequences. And so the certificate is 15 hours, but what we've done is we're working with the university and with the various departments within the College of Engineering and across campus to find opportunities where those credit hours that you earn participating in Epics can be counted towards your various degree, your different degree paths that you've chosen. For an example, our freshman Epics has been approved to count as an AIS alternative. So we're offering that to incoming freshmen, mainly those involved in our FIGS program, but also for students who want to get involved in Epics, but aren't a part of the FIGS program, can still get involved in freshman Epics and have that count towards your AIS course core curriculum requirement. We've submitted proposals to have the sophomore Epics accepted for social and behavioral sciences credit. So we're hoping in the next year or two that'll be available as well. And then for the junior and senior level, let's see, I have that in here. We do have some agreements with most of the departments within the College of Engineering for you to get technical elective credit for any junior and senior level Epics courses that you take. So to give you an example, within electrical and computer engineering, you can get up to 6 hours credit. For the mechanical engineering, you can get up to 6 hours credit. Biomed, I believe, is 6 hours credit. And I think with civil engineering, it's 3 hours credit. And so there's that opportunity to be able to get involved in Epics, have it count towards the certificate, but also have it count towards your degree program as well. So you're not having to come up with additional funding to take additional courses, but you can kind of double count them for both. There is an opportunity also to get involved in Epics in your final 2 semesters when you would normally take your traditional senior design courses. And do it with the Epics instead. So you work on an Epics project as the team leads and do all the challenging design portions of it and oversee the build and things like that. So you're basically getting that entire design experience, but doing it underneath Epics instead of underneath your traditional department. So like for mechanical engineering or electrical engineering. The only thing that we're going to start requiring for that is starting this fall 2021 is that to get senior design credit, you would need to have been previously involved and active in Epics. And so if you're interested in doing Epics for your senior design project for your particular discipline, then you need to make sure that you get involved in Epics prior to that. So that's kind of all I had for that. Basically, I thought I had a slide. I did. Okay. So reason for pursuing the certificate in Epics, a lot of large corporations, once you're hired, part of your performance evaluation is based off of your involvement in either charitable organizations that they champion or getting involved in charitable opportunities of your choice outside of work or as part of your a service requirement or component that a particular employer may have for you. And so what this does is it provides to the employer, it basically lets them know that you already have an interest in taking your engineering skills and applying them to try to solve social problems that exist, and that you're already actively doing that even prior to it being a component of your employment. So that's kind of all that I had to talk to you about with the certificate in Epics. So if any of you have any questions, just let me know. Either speak up or post them in the chat. Okay, let me see. Let's switch back over here.
Okay, maybe I should continue talking about AI certificates. Let me share the screen here. Can you see my screen here?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Yufei Huang. I'm a professor at the ECE department. So I'm going to talk to you about this undergraduate certificate in AI or artificial intelligence. So this certificate program was established a year and a half ago. So it was designed to really in response to this high demand of AI professionals from the industry. And so we set up courses so that the ECE student, the current ECE student, can take some of the focused courses in AI. So in terms of the eligibility, so pretty much current undergraduate ECE students, both EE and CE students, are already eligible for the admission to this certificate program. So all you need to do is to submit a form of applications. So for non-EE students, you have to really get admitted first, but I would assume all the students here today are current EE students. So regarding the requirements, it's actually pretty simple requirements. It requires 1 3-hour core courses and then 4 additional 3-hour elective courses. So altogether, it requires 15 credit hours. And the core course is EE 3533, sorry, it's here, 3533, probability and stochastic processes. And then in the certificate documents, so this is the list of courses they can choose from to fulfill the elective courses. So, however, for the past 2 semesters, we provide an expanded courses, including also courses from graduate level. So here, so in the original list, we do have courses from graduate levels, but we have an expanded list that including more courses that you can choose from. So, and that's pretty much it. So it's really designed to help our current EE students to first of all to have a focus on AI, and secondly to be able to receive an AI certificate to be competitive when you're going out to the job market. So my presentation is pretty short. Let's see whether anybody has any questions.
Yeah, I've got a question about the courses.
Okay.
I was looking through ASAP, and some of those courses aren't listed for fall or summer.
Yeah, some of those courses are not regularly offered, but like I said, let me give an example here. So for example, for this semester, we do have this expanded list. So we have additional courses added. So this is for spring 21. So we do have every semesters we are going to have this list. So you can request through Khan for this expanded list of courses. I think Khan probably posted somewhere on the internet as well. But in any case, you can request through Khan about this expanded list. Any other questions? Any questions for the Epic?
I was going to say, if y'all think of something later, you're more than welcome to email either one of us with your questions.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So the best way, I have some additional information that I can email you. So just send me a quick email. Let me know that you're interested in getting involved at Epics, and then I'll send you what I have, and then we can just email back and forth until we get all of your needs met. So you would email to august.allo, A-L-L-O, at utsa.edu.
Can you say that one more time?
So it's August, like the month, .allo, A-L-L-O, at utsa.edu.
Thanks.
We also have a website, but it's still in development, so there's not a whole lot of information that would probably meet the specific needs that you have. That I do have an electronic form that I can email you.
We had another question in the chat from Amelia. If it's possible to get both certifications.
Absolutely, you can always earn more than one certificate. You just have to make sure that you complete all the course component requirements for each one of the certificates. So with some of these certificates, there's not going to be a lot of overlap. So probably going beyond 2 certificates is probably going to require taking some additional courses beyond what's required to earn a typical bachelor's degree.
Hello, everyone. I just want to show you 2 forms that we have in the college if you're interested in the certificate programs. And now copy the link and paste it in the chat. But if you're interested in any of the certificates at UTSA, if you could please go to this website and then click under the preliminary application. And this is just for us to know if there's interest in the certificates. And so you just have to indicate which program you're interested in, and just submit your name, major, email, And we'll just use this information, one, to go back to the departments and make sure the courses related to the certificates are offered on a regular basis. And two, just to send you information related to the certificate. And then the second form that you don't need to be familiar with right now, just whenever you have completed your courses and you want to make sure that your certificate appears in your transcript, then at that point you'll need to complete the graduation application certificate form. And so this one, it goes to the registrar's office, and this you do once you are getting close to graduation. But let me just copy the link here and in the chat, and just make sure you go to this website and submit the preliminary application for it, just to get an idea of what certificate you're interested in right now. Let's see if I can put it here right now. There you go.
Hey, I've got a question about the artificial intelligence certificate.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So what's the benefit of pretty much taking that focus and getting that certificate over the other options?
What other options that you are talking about?
Well, like whatever the other focuses are, like power and energy.
Oh, so, well, all these certificates that you're talking about have specific focuses in terms of the specific areas. So for AI certificate, it's designed to focus on artificial intelligence. So after you take these courses, we hope, even though it's not really designed specific to train you as an expert in AI, but we hope that you can be equipped with some of the essential knowledges that you require to perform AI related tasks when you get into either industry or advance to grad schools. So a short answer is this is more of an AI, artificial intelligence focused when compared with power, for example.
Yeah. Does that mean there's more programming in those courses?
Programming definitely is one essential part of AI, but AI includes one key elements in AI is machine learning. So as you can see here, there's a lot of machine learning courses. So you have deep learning, you have machine learning. Let me see, where's the machine learning? Oh, machine learning at the time it's not really hasn't really been included in the graduate program yet, but in the expanded list, you'll see machine learning and also machine learnings in different areas. So I think we do have a machine learning in power area as one of the topic courses. So it's more of a machine learning focused, and at the same time, programming, yes. So we do have programming courses as one of the focus in the AI certificate program. So the core course, just to add one more point here. So the core course is probability and stochastic processes. So this is the essence for anybody who wants to pursue machine learning or AI. So as you can see, it just on this elements. If you are pursuing a power certificates, the core courses will be very much power related. So just on the core courses, you can see the differences between these different programs. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it helps. I'm taking the probability course right now.
You're taking part. Okay, good.
Arturo, Emilio mentioned in the chat that Epics is currently not listed in the application form.
Okay, we'll get it added to it. Yes, I'll let Monica to add Epics. So sorry about that. We'll get it added as soon as this afternoon.
So I guess the other question is whether it's possible to get both certificates. The answer is yes. As long as you satisfy the requirements, you can get as many certificates as you can.
Yeah, I was just mentioning earlier that beyond 2, even if they're, all 3 are in the same discipline, you're going to have a really hard time fitting all those courses in and not having to add additional courses beyond what's required for the bachelor's degree. And at that point, you probably need to sit down and talk to your faculty advisor and talk to some other faculty that are doing research in areas that are interest and figure out whether or not it's more beneficial for you to take those additional hours pursuing a certificate or start transitioning into a master's program. So depending on where you're wanting to go with your career and what your interests are, it may be more beneficial to you at that point to pursue a master's degree than it might be to delay your graduation in the hopes of getting a 3rd or a 4th certificate.
Yeah, that's a very good advice. So theoretically, yes, you can, but in practice, you have to really, like what Dr. Allo says, you have to really consider, the time it takes, whether it's worth really this additional efforts. So any other questions? Yeah, so just in any case, you have any additional questions, you can shoot me an email or send an email to the EC undergraduate advisor, right?
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Joe.
Okay. All right, have a good one, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Thank you, everyone.
Take care. Bye-bye.